Making full use of that, are you?
This is what we're calling icing the kicker, I believe.
Making full use of the intro.
I thought you were going to say icing the cake.
I can take some cake right now. Welcome to the show about everything and nothing all at once, with the goal of bringing a little humor, a microscopic amount, if you will, a dust particulate
dusting
of humor to your day or night or morning. I don't know, whatever time it is that you're listening. But hey, if you like us, if you love us, if you hate us, we're living proof that there is a better podcast. Hello, my name is Tony, and off to my right we'll go alphabetical.
This is Dino.
And off to my left,
Sarah.
And again,
Is it the Doppler effect? Is that what it's called?
I don't know, but I thought I had to get a fly swatter out.
Too many beers.
I think it's a Doppler. Is it the Doppler? Fuck me. Why can't I remember this shit?
It is the Doppler effect. Yes, you are correct.
Thank you.
And if you would like to send us an email,
we don't want it.
Okay, or you can do something on Instagram.
In your butt.
Wow.
In your buttstagram. Hey, episode 60 was last week. 69 was last week.
Now,
you're still feeling a little hungover from it.
This is how slow our brains are. Like, we're just thinking about the things now.
Just picking it up.
So you're going to be getting a lot of it this episode, I think.
These are a few of our favorite
things.
The
lingering leftovers.
The lingering
69.
You know what? That's the show title for this week, I think. The lingering leftovers of 69.
69. The cold leftovers.
Sounds like a Summer's Eve Massengill promo for some reason.
Pumpkin spice.
If you want to email us, you can do that at thereisabetterpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to find us on Twitter, Sarah, where can you do that?
There is a better and the number one.
And if you want to get us on Instagram, how do you do that, D'Lo?
There is a better podcast.
Absolutely. Coming up in this episode, we'll talk about a last crusade. I also went down a social media rabbit hole.
Oh no.
And we discuss the greatest albums of all time according to Consequence of Sound. Also, we have an unboxing for you and us in the room.
Ooh.
D'Lo and Sarah don't know what this is. So we'll unveil that, and you might have something to be a part of that as well, so stick around. Also, I have a correction. Back in episode 66, I mentioned Khalil Mack was playing in Chicago.
Oh, boy.
And
oh, boy.
A very loyal listener. I won't name the person. We'll call him Mike. Told me he's yelling at his phone and saying that, "No, you idiot, he's with the Chargers!"
So weird, I can hear that.
You know,
hear that.
I actually was saying that the entire episode, wasn't I? Wasn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
That Mike was going to be yelling about it? Yeah.
So thank you to our special listener who will remain
I don't even know
anonymous listener.
But also, if you're getting your sports takes from us, remember two things. A, we're not a sports show. And B, there is a better podcast.
It's right in the title, man.
Today's word of the day, we'll go with this Wordhole. This word is 5 syllables. Anybody want to take a guess at what it is? All right, too late.
Ingratiating.
Ingratiating.
I mean, it's here in front of me, so I was going to guess.
Yeah, what was your guess?
Ingratiating.
Oh, that's a really good guess. Sarah, what would you have guessed?
Although I would have said it as ingratiating.
Ingratiating.
Pontificating.
Ooh, I like that better.
Yeah, I was going to say pontificating because I can't read. I told you that like 3 episodes ago. God.
That's like going the exact opposite of the...
Masturbating. Okay, no,
that's too short.
That's
too short.
Masturbating. How about that? With a potato.
Honestly, it's never too short.
It's never too short?
Not to matter.
That's what she said.
Just long enough.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Means intended to gain approval or favor. Sycophantic. And that is our show. We are looking for your favor. We are
ingratiating
every single day. This week's better recommendation comes from the wonderful brewers. At Bell's.
Brewers.
And that's in Comstock, Michigan. And I don't know if...
Do you know about Comstock, Michigan?
I know it's not Comstock.
Whoa, well.
Go ahead and get that
Let me tell you a little bit about Comstock, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yo, tell
I
you
was
what
going to say,
I
if
want
we're
about
going to
Michigan.
ingratiate our listeners about things, I wouldn't
let's do
mind
that.
ingratiating the notion that Michigan beer drinkers love Michigan beer, right?
Michigan beer drinkers.
Ingratiating.
Are we agreed? Are we agreed?
Yes. Yes.
So we love our beer, so we'd like to get some recommendations from other
Oh,
states.
yes.
Oh,
Or
please.
abroad, if there's something that is
What'd you call me?
craft brew oriented.
Abroad or a
But it
lady.
should be craft brew oriented.
As she prefers to be called.
She prefers
Don't
a lovely
don't
lady.
give us like Milwaukee's best or something
Oh,
like
God.
that.
No,
Don't
give
me
us
a Pabst.
Milwaukee's
Don't give me
worst
PB
instead.
or
That was incidentally the first beer I ever drank in my life.
PBR?
Comstock
Milwaukee's Beast.
is a part of Kalamazoo.
Is it?
Apparently.
Kalamazoo.
I thought it was part of Grand
I
Rapids.
don't know. I'm just reading what it says.
Well,
Zoo, 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 zoo.
Well, it says,
I'm waiting.
okay, so Comstock
Give you
is
a
a
little bit
part
of
of
head on that
Kalamazoo.
drink.
That's got a lot of
I'm
head.
only hearing
Yeah.
Comstock now.
Comstock?
Comstock.
Comstock is a part of
Comstock.
Kalamazoo,
Comstock.
which is on the
It's the southwest corner of the
okay,
state.
I'm
All
like,
right, so
oh,
we're-
southwest.
Yep,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna believe you.
So
All right.
this is Double Two-Hearted Ale, and according to beeradvocate.com, it has a rating of 92 out of 100. Pretty good, I would say.
That's pretty good.
An Imperial IPA, an ABV of 11%, and from scores on average, 4.13 out of 5 stars. So I think that's pretty good for the Double Two-Hearted Ale. Let's dig into
So
it,
I
shall
have
we?
never actually had double two-hearted ale. This will be
Really?
my
Have you had the
first-
regular Two-Hearted? Seriously.
I have.
Okay.
I'm just cold-hearted ale. Whoa, the smell.
You're gonna like it.
Let's start with the.
That's a joke.
Oh, this is an IPA.
I don't feel like-
That's why I've never.
I
drank
don't feel like this is up your alley.
I don't drink IPAs.
Yeah, I don't feel
can
like this is up
smell
your
it.
alley.
IP freely.
Woo!
Yeah, well, this is a double, so
I
enjoy that twice as much.
Woo!
I am an IPA drinker, and it's potent.
Well, I will tell you this: the Double Two-Hearted has intense pine and citrus notes.
does.
Also, a resinous hop aroma and a rich malt character. You getting any of that?
I think 1,000%.
She's still swallowing.
Yeah, she's like, I am.
I'm stuck on the head, and I
It's got a nice. It's got a nice.
I almost got him.
We really are like going in reverse.
should've
Okay,
done this-
so we're renumbering this 69. I think is what this is going to
Maybe
end up being.
69 and a half.
I
It
told
was-
you it's the leftovers. We were getting warmed up
Yeah,
on 69.
that's true.
We were getting warmed
We're
up on
get- yeah.
69, and now we're going all in on 70.
Yep.
Yes.
69 was just foreplay. Didn't
So
you get
if
that
you-
memo?
So if you like that, it's twice the amount of Centennial hops is what they're saying here. But I'm a big fan
I've
of
had
it.
it before. I know Tony's had it. So what is your actual verdict there? Since you are the first virgin to the double-hearted,
Giggity.
two-hearted, double two-hearted ale.
Yeah, it's nothing I would actually gravitate towards, especially now that I see it's an IPA, because I don't usually do IPAs.
You don't do IPAs,
It's so
yeah.
strong. It's really strong, and it's very hoppy.
Hoppy.
And
And
hoppy,
it-
it's just a
It
really
is-
strong
It
flavor.
is definitely a beer that will sneak up on you.
It will. And honestly, though, the thing about Two-Hearted Ale, like I'm a cheap date when it comes to.
Two-hearted
Double
itself will
two-hearted.
sneak up
Double
on you. Yeah, it's double
two-hearted.
two-hearted.
So the
What does
regular.
that mean?
It's
You
it's
said it, and I
about
missed
the.
it. I'm
cum.
sorry.
It's the
Maiden Comstock.
Yes, maiden cum sticky cum.
The first machine Comstock Charter Township.
It's already snuck up
The
on you.
first
Yep.
machine
Wow,
in
she-
Comstock Charter Township
Yep.
was a thresher called the English Beater.
All right, so why is it?
Go ahead.
How is this
why
still
is
not
it-
episode 60?
Why is it double two-hearted? Let's,
So
let's elaborate.
So the original, the Two-Hearted, is named after the Two-Hearted
Right.
River
Yep.
in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Mhm.
And so the Double Two-Hearted is. Yep.
Are you sure you're not fucking stoned? Jesus,
Wow. How
lady.
did that happen so soon?
She's gone. All right, double
Yep.
two-hearted
Yep.
is.
Rivers, yep,
yep.
yep,
And
yep.
then the slide out.
Just do the slide out.
So it's it's
So we're talking about Four Rivers.
2.5 times 2.5 times the amount of Centennial hops. That's why they call it the Double Two-Hearted. It's twice the amount of hops.
I would say so.
And
This
the
is
ABV or the potency
is
is
40.
About I think it's what 6 or 7. The regular 2 hearted ale.
I believe so. Yes.
This is 11.
It goes to 11.
It goes
to 11. But why didn't you just make 10 the highest?
But it goes to 11.
These go to 11.
Oh.
Yes.
So that's why it's the double 2-hearted ale, because it's double. But
So
what's really weird about that is like
7% is the original.
7. Okay. So when I drink the regular 2-hearted ale, for some reason that just lays me out. Double 2-hearted ale, I'm perfectly fine. I could drink
Really?
this. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I don't know that I believe that.
Really?
We're going to have to try that on a bowling night.
I have another one of these in the fridge. Shall we try this during this episode?
Well, no, because it will fuck me up.
Shall we play a game? I don't need any more than these few ounces, I think.
It's one of my favorites, though. And it's just a short window of when you can actually get it. And I don't even know if it makes it outside of the general vicinity of the Great Lakes and immediate surrounding areas. But if you can find it, I do recommend it.
The very first time that I ever had 2-hearted, the original, was at a concert in Grand Rapids, and I did not realize what that was going to do to me.
Oh, boy.
That was a long drive back home.
I bet.
Unsafe.
Are you hearing this, police officers?
The double 2-hearted.
He drinks and he drives.
The double two. Well, no, it wasn't.
Oh, sorry. He
that,
drinks, then he
It wasn't
drives.
that bad, but it was bad enough that it was like I didn't really feel awake, I guess is the best way to put it.
Ingratiating.
It's tough when he has to get up and drive
The
the school
double
bus in the morning.
2-hearted. The double 2-hearted.
Just kidding.
I've got less than a mile to drive home, and I'm going to be worried about that. So,
As right you should be.
As right you should be.
that's why Tony's like all down with it, because he's like,
I love it.
I'm fucking here. It doesn't matter. I ain't
Yeah, he
going
has
anywhere.
nowhere to go. You've got somewhere to go. I got somewhere to go. Oh, boy.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have to go
These few
anywhere.
ounces are plenty.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've got a long drive ahead of you.
Oh, so far.
Yeah,
both of you.
Yeah,
So far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're both big fans of the
Whoa.
single or the double.
Hi, there it is.
And then...
Yeah.
Okay.
I am fans of the 2-hearted. I'm not as big of a fan of the double. I do enjoy it from time to time, but it's one of those one and dones. That's what it is.
I have to switch gears a little bit and call back something to a previous episode. It was the one where we were talking about the dumb guy voice, the dumb guy bass voice or whatever.
Oh,
And
boy.
so Sarah, I think it was Sarah, who brought up Book of Love multiple times.
Multiple times I tried.
Multiple times. And I listened to that song again, and I did not hear the dumb guy voice, but I did catch this. This is toward the end of the song. There's one dumb guy voice.
I hear him.
But it's right here.
So he's in there.
Kind of quiet.
He's in there, though. I heard
He's
him
in there.
earlier.
But I had to listen to it again. And I had to boost that little part.
Yeah. That's just a sheep. That's just a sheep yelling. I'm pretty sure
I was like,
it's not
to
even a
sheep or
man.
not to sheep?
So you got so confused as to why I even considered that song that you had to go back and
I had
listen
to go
to
back
it.
and listen
is
to
there
it because
something
is
there?
there? Yeah, I never noticed it before.
I thought about going back and listening to it myself because I thought, why did that song jump out at me so much?
Right.
But I think it's a genre.
Play it again without the sheep.
Oh,
Oh, okay. You didn't have the other part in there though.
no. Just the end part.
I think he's in there too when he does the. Well, he's there.
I can hear him.
I
He's
wonder.
yeah, I can hear him in the back.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, the low is there. Not as prominent as the ones that you picked, though.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
probably
those
because
were
he
very
was a
prominent.
sheep and it was hard to get him to do what he needed to do.
They just kick him in the nuts and get
shove a carrot up his asshole.
There you go. Wait, did you just put a sheep in there? It sounds the same. I need to stop drinking this. Or
From the
maybe.
glitz and glamour of Hollywood to the local theater company in your hood, There Is a Better Podcast is proud to present their opinion, whether you want it or not, in another edition of... Are you not entertained?
Yes, I am entertained. And coming from a big soiree, so to speak, just recently at the D23 Expo in Los Angeles, Avatar 2 was screened to a pretty sizable audience, but it was invite only, reportedly with a special apparatus That special apparatus, anybody want to guess what that apparatus was that all of the people in the audience had to use in order to enjoy the new Avatar movie?
A bucket of water.
Pumpkin spice douche.
Close, but no, you're much closer.
What did you say? Pumpkin spice douche?
Yes. Pumpkin spice douche.
Like a water bottle.
Please refer
a bucket
to
of water.
Ep
bottle of
69.
69.
a Wordle-birdle?
Wordle.
Special 3D glasses were handed out to the crowd. Can you
Really?
So James Cameron apparently thinks that 3D is not dead. It's not done yet. He's bringing it back for Avatar 2 and potentially Avatar 3.
All right, you kids have probably actually gone to see a 3D movie before, haven't you?
Yes, it's
I've
terrible.
Seen the
I have never done it.
It sucks. Don't do it.
You're talking about the 3D with like the blue and red filters?
Anything.
No,
I've
the ones
never
where they give
done
you
that.
the special glasses.
Yeah. I don't
You've
like
done
either.
that?
I've done that.
It's terrible,
it was
right?
Okay. I mean, it wasn't that great.
I've never done it.
It's not worth the money. But also, here's what's really not worth the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Separately, when we went to Star Wars, sorry, Tony, I don't mean to take away from you, but in terms of just seeking that extra dollar, and that's kind of what this is making me think of, is seeking that extra dollar. We went to a Star Wars, I don't remember which movie it was, and they had the special seats that would shake.
Oh,
it was like, why don't I just pay somebody to kick my fucking chair for 3 hours?
Yeah,
just bring an extra child.
So,
just like,
exactly. For $5 extra, someone could kick me.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in a spaceship or some shit, or I hit a.
Okay, so
rubble.
first of all, they actually upcharge for the 3D experience.
Well, and that's what I was
there
going to
special
say.
seats? I don't know. I don't know
Do you
if they're.
think for the glasses, because of the process of 3D itself, there has to be some type of.
So what you're talking about reminds me of going to Disney World, and I think it was the Ants exhibit. It's like a theater thing, but there's a point where they have bees and they poke your seat. Yeah, they poke your seat.
I'm out.
Hard pass.
Oh, it fucking sucked.
That was
Why the hell would
choice.
anybody think that's a good idea?
I was married. My stepdaughter's there, and it made her cry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it would just be crying children.
Wow.
That's fun for
I'm like,
parents
why
too.
would you fucking do that?
Stupid.
Put the bees on your ass. Put the bees
But
on your
at the
ass.
same time, they also had the smelly experience too. Whatever
smell-o-vision,
olfactory experience.
Yeah.
So that part was kind of cool, actually. But
As long as it's pleasant.
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
Right.
Not
That
like
is
you
the
guys
key.
standing in
We're
line
gonna
to
go-
get into the New York thing at New
We're
Year's Eve. Not
gonna
the
go
fart experience.
smelting.
yeah. I would not want the
Oh, no.
olfactory experience in a
So you want some more?
a battlefield on Game of Thrones or something like that.
Just smell death.
How about that? You want more?
Death and shit.
I'm good. Death and shit.
I'm gonna finish the rest of
It's
this.
fabulous.
Also,
Oh yeah.
Authentic.
So-
It's
right.
an authentic experience.
yeah.
All right. So
So
he
got
did the
glasses.
He did
So
the
he
3D.
did the 3D, and apparently a cascade of oohs and ahs showered the crowd as visions of coral reef and colorful puffy fish dashed across the screen. So
I like oohs and ahs showering the crowd.
thank you.
That
I wrote
sounds
that
like-
myself. But yeah,
Sounds
James
like another
Cameron.
69 episode.
You have to get a visual of D'Lo. He's holding his like 6-ounce glass with 3 ounces filled of double two-hearted ale.
He's
and
got his
swing-
pinky
he's-
up.
I'll
he's-
add to
He's
it.
swanking it.
He's swanking it up. He's like shimmying it around like, I really like.
What
did you say?
The ooh and
Ooh, and
ahs in the audience.
As he's like gently swinging his arm around in a like nice little circle
And the beer is
and
just
smiling.
swirling
It's
along.
the double two-hearted. It
with
is.
a big mic in his face.
Man,
yeah.
that just hit you like that quickly, huh?
Not as quickly as her, but
Well,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was drinking before. That's
All
why.
right. So oohs and ahs in the audience.
Yeah, and he's hedging his bets again that 3D isn't dead, and he's going to release Avatar, The Way of Water, on Friday, December 16th.
Now,
So
is
be on the
he
lookout for
only
that.
doing it
Be
in
on the
3D?
lookout.
Did it say?
I think he did it in 3D specifically for this showcase. Because
Okay.
there were a lot of other entertainment pieces that were being showcased as
'Cause
well.
Typically, when
Along
they
with
do
it.
the 3Ds, they also like release it in a
Do
regular
too.
version too. Yes.
They
I
will.
would assume it's 2D and 3D. I don't think it's going to be just specifically 3D, but I assume probably IMAX 3D would be one of those options as well.
Yep.
And I think the way they do those glasses, anyhow, it's like a polarized thing. So even if you don't have the glasses, you can still watch it normally. I think that's how they do that. I don't know.
I've been to one of those 3Ds. It doesn't look quite normal, but
Okay,
it's
so really it is
you really
3D
do need the
or
3D.
you don't watch it in
Yeah,
3D at all.
and it gives me a headache personally. But I do think you're right. I think they're going to release it on both formats because they'll be able to rake
Yeah.
in more audience and more dollars because those 3D experience movies are very expensive. Even if you go to get tickets for an IMAX, like IMAX versus just like a regular screening.
Right.
That price ticket difference is substantial, especially when you're doing it for like a family. Like it's nuts. Even for yourself, it's nuts.
Like some sort of post-war traumatic thing going on. I did actually see one. I think I saw a Jaws movie in 3D.
Oh yeah, they released it. I think we talked about that not that long ago.
Superman or something. I don't know.
Superman in 3D.
I don't know. I remember why.
Because
it was after he said the IMAX. Then I went, oh yeah, I did see one time, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's not. I don't think it's worth the price.
I could see where it would give somebody a headache. Actually.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you go to? And I'm not trying to steal your show.
Nah,
did you go to Disney World when they had Avatar, the ride, and the experience at? I
did not.
No. Okay. Because I think what they're going to do probably is build another ride in their Avatar section, because there's a whole Avatar section in. Oh God.
Why? It wasn't that great of a movie.
It wasn't that great of a movie, but I'll tell you what, that Avatar ride that's 3D, where you're riding what feels like you're riding one of those things that flies through the air. Yeah. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience.
Okay.
I opened my eyes the second time I rode it. I kept my eyes closed the first time. It was like too nauseating. But the second time you watched it, it was really, really cool. It was a really cool experience. So I think they're probably going to lean into like getting another ride out of it.
Okay, this sounds kind of. So was it scary? Was it scary then?
Yeah, right.
I think it was just disorienting.
Okay,
because you're doing a lot of swooping up and down, and you're wearing this mask that goes over your face, and you're literally like you can't get off of this thing that you're strapped into. Like once you're in, you're secured in, and it tells you like if you can't handle motion or the visual effects,
emotions,
that you should not be on this ride. Because even when you're sitting on this machine, it acts like it's breathing. So
that's creepy.
So so it feels like its lungs are breathing in and out between your legs. It goes.
What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Once again,
oh yeah.
We are back to episode 69.
It's a whole experience.
Oh, it's a whole all right.
It's breathing between your legs.
It is. You can feel it. Anyway, it was a great ride.
It's
we rode it
double
twice.
two-hearted ale breathing between your legs.
Like an animal that you're riding.
Like a manimal.
You're riding an animal, basically. Yeah.
Nanimal.
With your pumpkin spice.
So I could see them getting a water ride out of this, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, because that one's in the air.
Yeah.
I could see them getting a water ride out of it. Yep. Anyway.
Interesting.
Anything for money, right?
Anything for money. With exception to one person in particular who's about to have his last crusade.
Are you sure?
Thank you. Thank you for making these films such an incredible experience for all of us, giving the opportunity to us to make these films for you. And I think I'm very proud to say.
It's getting very emotional.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to say that this one is fantastic.
You know, he could probably take a pee and put it on camera and it would be much better than number 4.
Right?
Seriously.
Right. It was awful.
Indiana Jones movies are about mystery and adventure, but they're also about heart.
Jesus, he sounds old. Or emotional, I can't tell.
Emotional.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a really human story to tell, as well as a movie that will kick your ass. So I'm delighted to be here again. And maybe for the... no, not me. This is it. I will not fall down for you again. So thank you so much.
Harrison Ford talking about his last crusade in the final installment, maybe the final installment of Indiana Jones.
And number 4 was awful, but I will tell you that I absolutely enjoyed watching it.
Did you enjoy watching it for the sentiment?
It was more for the love
Just
of the
glad that they're
franchise
here.
than anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was one of those rare times that I went into the theater, even though I did not think it deserved it. There was a round of applause afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was that one directed by Spielberg, or was that somebody else that directed? I don't remember.
That is a great question. I don't have the answer.
I'm going to be the
Internet.
And since the internet is not with us today, just because he's busy. Not that he's not with us. He's just busy. I can't remember what that one was called.
So you are saying that
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
they are planning on putting out Indiana Jones 5.
5. I did not get a release date for that, but I'm sure that you'll be hearing more about it. But apparently, this is going to be his last movie. I sincerely hope that Shia LaBeouf is not in this one.
There's no chance. He's going through way too much right now.
I don't think that this was a good fit for him anyway to be in it in the last movie.
No.
Now, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum from you in the fact that I had high hopes for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, I think everybody did.
And when I left, those hopes were immediately dashed. Actually, when the movie was about 10 minutes into it, I started realizing this ain't going to be that good.
Yeah,
and
it was directed by Spielberg.
The one part that killed me the most was there was just a scene where I don't remember what happened, don't care what happened, but then this sentimental, sappy shit music starts playing, and then all of a sudden the camera moves and pans over to the left, and all of a sudden you see this picture of Sean Connery, who played his dad in episode 3, and that was supposed to conjure this whole, like you were saying, the reminiscence of the previous movies.
And he'd passed since that.
I don't remember if he did or didn't.
Whether it was
him,
sure
he himself, or his character. I think he was still alive at that time.
No, yeah, it was his character.
But I'm sorry,
Sean Connery's still alive, isn't he?
I don't know.
God, dude.
I'm looking everything up as we're talking. I got this.
I have no clue, but
he passed in 2020, and that movie came.
Oh, okay.
It's 2014, 2015.
How did I miss that?
Well, 2020 was weird, man. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
I think we missed 2020.
2008 was the
Kingdom of the Crystal
Skull.
Okay, so he was still alive.
He died on Halloween.
Scary.
Sean Connery.
For some reason, I pictured Vincent Price welcoming him. I pictured Vincent Price welcoming him. Hello, my friend. Come to the party. It's fucked up. Anyway.
Grizzly ghouls from every tomb.
I broke the F.
Oh no! You're the first one, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. In a couple Fs, maybe.
Wow, we almost made it to the mid-tro.
I didn't even pay attention.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to take a little break. Do you guys want to join me on this break?
I'll join you.
Okay.
No.
I need to refresh my brew.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Oh, she's into it now.
So we're going to get it.
She's like, I am down with this now.
And it's Sarah.
It only took me 5 minutes to get going with it.
We got some social media rabbit holes to go down, and then an announcement that you will also be a part of as well, and the greatest albums of all time according to the consequence of sound.
Sound.
A sound.
The consequence of sound.
Ingratiating.
We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the second half of the show that makes you wonder, what the hell just happened? It's the show that brings you nothing and everything all at the same time. With the goal of bringing some humor to your day. If you like us, love us, hate us, that's too bad.
I like that. I like that you said it with so much enthusiasm.
There's a better podcast.
It was like,
better podcast.
I'm tired.
He's tired of holding on to that beer and he wants to open it.
I do.
Then make it happen, Captain.
So we're going to do that right now.
Right now.
We were going to get some more beer, and D'Lo said, let's just go ahead and refresh what we've got.
So we're continuing on. There it is.
We're going to continue on with the Double Two-Hearted Ale Double American IPA.
Do we want the pour in there too? Here, let me see. I think we can do that.
Just try. Oh, on his mic.
Can you hear it?
A little bit.
Barely, and that probably won't make it through the processing. Sorry.
Shh.
That's Mountain Dew. Tony's doing long pour.
That's pretty good.
Holy, wow! Are you?
There you go. There
that
you
sounds
go.
like
Look
someone's
at that.
taking a friggin' piss.
Yeah, he's doing that like from that was about a half foot pour.
About a half
there.
a mile.
I'd say it's closer to a foot, I think.
Oh, you think so?
Sheesh, that
You
was a
think
long
that's
pour?
closer to a
I'd say it's
foot?
closer to a foot. I mean,
Okay, gentlemen.
Episode 69.
Just always measuring the things. Okay.
measure twice, cut once.
I mean, seriously, how did we manage to hit on so many 69 during the 70th episode?
you know,
did you want
We
some
were
of this?
getting warmed up. I told you that.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you're going for this. Are you going for this?
You can pour
Episode-
me like a half, like a
Episode
right
69
here.
was
So
what
there's
they
the three,
consider the
and then like half of
fluffer
that.
in the business. It was the fluffer
That's-
episode.
There you go.
Whoa.
There's half.
I have to drive.
Well, so does he,
knucklehead.
and so do I.
N-
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm going to work on some electrical stuff after this, though.
Electrical
That'll be fun.
stuff. Well, you be careful.
There's that.
So Tony's getting electrocuted,
I'm
and
gonna
we're
get
getting pulled over and
electrocuted.
getting a ticket. Cool. All right.
All right.
So,
Do we want to guess this? Let's guess this.
That's
real
right.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
real
talking
quick.
about
So we were
Indiana
debating-
Jones and Harry Schlong Ford and how old that man is.
How old is that man? So you guys had separate guesses that I thought were interesting.
My guess is going to be, I'm going to say 78.
Okay, so D'Lo's saying 78. Tony, what's your...
I was thinking late 60s, early 70s, but my concept of time is completely fucked. So
78. Okay.
I'm going to go with 72.
So Tony
I'm thinking
says
lower 70s.
72. I was going to say 74 to be truthful.
Okay.
So 78, 72, 74. I kind of wonder, is he in his 70s?
Do we have a drum
Do we
roll?
think he's in his 70s?
We do have a drum roll.
I mean, we think he's in his 70s.
Please
We
hold.
think he's in the...
Please hold.
Please hold.
Oh, I'll
You're-
wait.
you're-
I haven't
Okay,
hit
you
it
ready?
yet.
I got to find the drum roll first.
Are we ready? All right.
As of mid...
that sounds good.
We'll say mid-September.
Mid
What the fuck is that?
That's a drum roll.
brrr. That was a brrr.
I was
Did you
I was
fart?
I was hitting something.
Brrr.
No,
Did you
I,
load
I,
your diaper? What happened?
I could do that too.
Are you in line for something?
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Oh, now his diaper's full.
Where's the drum roll? That's a rim shot. Oh my
I'm
God.
not even doing that.
Wow.
How much of that beer do you drink? Okay, I'm just going to hit the button. Fuck this shit.
Okay.
Okay. Harrison Ford is... Oh, we were all wrong. 80.
Whoa!
He's effing 80 years
That's fair.
old.
years old and he's still doing action flicks.
That's fair.
Man, that is impressive.
Oh, there it is.
Indiana Jones.
I need to like do more. He's 80.
Indiana Jones.
So
and
my thought process was the very first time I saw him was in American
American
Graffiti?
Graffiti. I almost said pie.
I almost said beauty.
He was
imagine
what's
if
his
that-
name's mom, right?
Right.
And that had to be-
Stifler's mom's
mom.
And I want to say that had to be what, early 70s, 72, somewhere in that area is what I'm thinking.
It was.
And that was
So?
my rationale. And that's why I kind of thought.
God, he's been in a lot of movies.
I'm just looking it up. 73 is when that was out.
Fine. I was almost there. And that's not even the first thing he was in.
Which
he did a lot of TV before that.
is an awesome movie.
Yeah, it was all TV before that. That looks like it was the first
Movie,
actual
yes.
movie.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
So moving on.
Moving on.
80 years old.
80 years
So
young.
I'm guessing the title
Yes.
of the movie will be
Sure.
Indiana Jones and the chair that goes up the wall. That sounds about right for his age.
Man, I am impressed.
Or the Flockhart of Callista. I don't think they're together anymore, are they?
I think they are.
Oh, are they?
I think they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember at one point shortly after they got together, and I think shortly after they married, he had an earring, and that seemed very much out of.
Yeah, everybody was up in arms about him getting this ear piercing. They
I
thought
don't
he was
remember
like,
that. I
you
don't
know,
remember that.
It just wasn't Harrison
like,
Ford.
oh my God, he's hit that like midlife crisis, and I'm like,
Everybody does
past
that.
a midlife crisis, but that's okay.
He's having a midlife. His midlife crisis is having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, right.
That's why he married someone half his age at the time.
He
At
could
the
have
time.
another one. He's old enough to have
Allegedly.
another one now.
Another midlife crisis?
He is old enough to have another one now.
Wow.
Do you have more than
I
one?
think so.
Is it
It
possible?
could be. And then Steven Spielberg, who's a director, is a young 75.
Whoa, he's a whippersnapper.
Woo!
He can put out a few more movies easily. I mean,
I don't know. After Ready Player One,
ready.
I think he should just stop. But that's just my way. That's just my perspective.
Player One
Real
is no
stinker.
longer ready.
That's all I got.
Saying I'm cutting him down.
So I don't know where the hell this is emanating from. I think it might be in Russia. And if it is in Russia, it's probably the best place where it should just stay. But a new form of fighting has begun. You know, you had boxing, you got in the ring, and then you had UFC, you got in the octagon. That's where, you know, if you wanted to take a roundhouse to the face while wearing these pants, forget about it. Forget about it. Well, they're taking it one step further in Mother Russia, and this is called phone booth fighting.
What? Like London phone booth, like a London size little phone booth.
You have two combatants in a phone booth.
How do you not get your swords dangled? Oh my God.
And they're just banging on each other. One guy goes right down. But they're like 2 feet in front of each other.
They're less than 2 feet.
You can't even extend your arm fully.
No, not really.
In this phone booth. And the fight is over.
Yeah, does anybody last past a minute? That was 15
Probably
seconds.
Not. And they all come out
a little dumber.
I think we know who the winner is. The guy who's not bleeding anally.
Whoever's getting paid all the money is the winner.
That guy is the winner.
That guy. In a like a London telephone booth. So
15 seconds later, it's over.
Is this like
the guy just drops down to the floor?
So okay, this isn't like there's multiple rounds because there can't be, right?
I think it's a one and done. I'm gonna say it's a one and done.
One round, yeah, done.
We're gonna have to post that on our socials. Which we said that every fucking week, and it's never happened. But this time, this time,
we're gonna do it.
This time, I double dog dare you.
Okay, Peter.
Yeah. So that was on Twitter. I found. But then I went over to Instagram, and I found this cute little thing where, well, somebody had a camera, and they were walking up to their cat, who was just around a corner, and was greeted so happily in a southern accent. He just says, "Well, hi." Well, hi. Well, hi.
Oh, kitty.
And then the one that came up after that, of course, because, you know, you just flick the bean.
Down the rabbit hole.
And you just flick the bean, and up the next video comes where we have a 1920s gangster cat.
Meow. 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 I'm a fan of that one.
That's nice. I like that.
Well, you said when you had a cat who would kind of do the same thing.
I did. I had a cat that anytime I got in the habit of doing all the big fluffy kitties in the house say meow, and she'd always go meow.
Aww.
Right afterwards every time.
Meow.
That's fun. And you only get one. You only get one of those.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did.
Like every cat's personality is not the same, so you only get the one.
Yeah, she'd always imitate it every time.
That's great.
She was awesome.
So you remember these?
She's dead now.
Well then,
like I told you, you only get one.
Yeah. Well, hi. Now, do you remember? This is kind of digging back a little bit further, and I found the reason I bring this up was Stephen A. Smith from ESPN. If you don't know him, he's a guy who's very loud and has a lot of opinions, and he's got his own show, so on and so forth. And ESPN really likes him, but. He kind of got caught in his own pronunciation game, but remember several years back, and they were going on, they're very viral, the Yanni Laurel and Brainstorm Green Needle psychological, like audio psychological teasers or whatever you want to call it. Like you hear one thing, but you might hear another. So the question is,
no.
When I play this, what do you hear? Do you hear Yanni or do you hear Laurel?
Laurel. Laurel. I hear Laurel.
I hear Yorl and then Laurel.
Because some people swore Yanni and some people swore Laurel. I could hear Laurel.
Laurel. Yeah, I hear Laurel every time.
How do you hear Yanni?
Even with you saying Yanni, I'm not hearing it at all.
Even if you didn't tell me what it said.
Okay, this says
Laurel.
But what I'm saying is, even if you didn't tell me what it said, you asked me what I thought it said, I would probably tell you Laurel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's okay, so that was the first one. The second one was Brainstorm or Green Needle.
Well, it sounds like two words.
Stop telling us ahead of time.
Okay.
This is that thing. This is that thing.
I'm hearing Green Needle.
Yeah.
You're hearing Green Needle.
But I'm hearing of the two options.
Yeah.
It sounds closer to Green Needle. I would say that.
So you're both hearing Green Needle.
What? And say what?
I'm hearing Brainstorm.
Let me hear it again.
How?
Yeah, I hear Green Needle every time.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't hear Brainstorm.
Okay. So for those playing at home, we all have the same exact headphones. One's just different colors. Not a big deal. We have black and white.
Yeah, they're not the same exact headphones, or all three of us would be
They're
like together,
equal,
head
but
by head.
Anyway.
They're all the same brand, the same model number. How about
same
that?
model. There's here. Yeah.
They're all coming out of the same headphone amp, going to the same board, going to the same iPad where I'm playing this. So you are both hearing Green Needle.
I don't hear brainstorming at all, or brainstorm or whatever. Yeah, Green Needle every time.
Probably because I'm not hearing the burr, and I'm not hearing the st. Right? I'm not hearing a str sound.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At where the needle part for me starts, and then I'm definitely not hearing a BR sound at the beginning.
Agreed.
Either.
Oh, what's interesting is the first time I played this, I heard Brainstorm. The second time I played it, I heard Green Needle. And then from that point on, I never heard Green Needle again.
So do you get a third one?
I do.
Don't tell us either.
I think we're okay.
All right.
Cheesy.
You'd have to hear it again.
I mean, I saw it, but and actually, I don't even think it sounds like that.
What do you think it
I mean,
is?
of the two that are typed in front of me, it sounds closer to those
Here, play it again.
sounds.
I'll tell you what it sounds like. You ready? Mikey.
Mikey Two Sheets.
It's like
I'm hearing.
So it's powerful or cheesy.
What do you hear?
Those are the two words. I hear cheesy.
Okay. Of the two?
Out of those two, I would say cheesy, yeah, because I'm not hearing powerful at all.
But
No.
I did hear powerful again one time, and then I never heard it again.
So, were these when you found these audible things?
Yeah.
Did they give you these two options?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
because
yeah.
to me, it's like you always find your ear is trying to find
Figure
the
out what
word,
yeah.
like which of the two. Because if
Yeah.
you hadn't given me any, like
Well,
I wish we had some without, so we could all like see like
Gotcha.
what do we hear that?
Okay.
You know, let's do that in the future. I
Okay.
think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Because a lot of times, like those I'm sorry, we watch a lot of those ghost stupid shows, and they're always like, "Did you hear? They said this," and we're like,
Yeah.
But
Oh,
did
Green
they?
Needle.
I agree.
But if you didn't tell me, then my ear
I
wouldn't be
wouldn't have
searching
heard
for
that.
it,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
wouldn't have heard it that way. It didn't say Tom is dead or whatever Jesus was here. Yeah,
Green Needle.
I don't even think it says Green Needle, but of
I
the
hear Green
sounding,
Needle.
it sounds like those.
Almost like Grainstorm is what I'm hearing. Which
See?
I don't know if that even exists.
But that's the thing. Is there a right or wrong answer for those audible clues? Like, are there real
What is
answers?
this from again?
This is from internet. Not the internet.
Oh,
Okay,
just
but-
the internet
So
in general.
it's not a specific thing. It isn't like it was a series of.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Is there a right answer? Or you don't know?
I don't know. I think but that's the whole point of this. Remember that it kind of goes back to that the dress. You remember
That's
the
what
dress?
I was thinking. Yeah, the dress.
Was
Yep.
it blue and white or
I know,
black
I
and
can't-
gold?
Right, and
yeah.
people's eyes were seeing it different based on their cones or something. There was actually a real answer.
Yeah.
For that, there was actually a real
was a real
answer.
answer.
And I was wrong.
I assume that was it black and gold?
I'm not sure what it is that you're
Was
talking
it
about.
or was it green and white? Go State.
I can't even remember
Ingratiating.
how that, like what color is the dress or the dress. Yeah, I can't remember how that came about.
Stephen
Anyway.
A. Smith, he's on ESPN, and he gets into his own version of this. Now, I've written the word down of the person's name that he's going to be pronouncing, but I want you to, how would you say this? First name is Molly. The last name is spelled Querim. Querim. How would you pronounce that?
Q.
QE
Querim.
RIM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that QE is tough.
Right, because it's not QU.
So I would say. Spell it again.
QE.
Querim.
See, I got to write this
RIM.
shit out in order to make it work.
You might.
So QE
I think somebody did that for you,
QE.
and it's in the show plan.
RIM.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
QUE.
No, there's no U.
There's no
Yeah,
U.
right.
Querim.
I guess my best guess, if I had to only guess and I couldn't ask the person, I might go with Kareem.
Kareem?
I was going to say Kareem.
Kareem? I
initially usually a Q and an E with no U is usually a K.
I was thinking Karam as like a schwa.
And I didn't know if the I was, if the I was short or if the I was long.
Karam.
Okay.
Well, this is what happened.
Oh. Talking about pronouncing names, let's do a thought experiment. Could you pronounce my last name for the audience?
Oh, boy.
Talking about pronouncing names, let's do a thought experiment. Could you pronounce my last name for the audience?
Kiram.
No, it's not Kiram.
Okay. What did I say?
Well, don't say it like he's a fucking idiot.
I know, you really put him on the spot.
But, okay, so again, here's what he says.
Kiram.
Kiram. Kiram. Kiram.
Kiram. Kiram. He said Kiram.
You said Kiram.
You heard.
I hear
Kiram.
Kiram because I know how I. Okay.
I heard Kiram.
For the audience.
Kiram.
I'm hearing Kiram.
He rushed it.
He did.
He tried to
find that middle ground between the E and the I.
He tried to fudge it even with the I.
Yeah.
A little bit, but the QE. He really fudged it. Yeah.
No, it's not Kiram. It's Karam. Karam.
But ain't that what I just said, Karam?
It's okay. We've only worked together like 7 years. It's fine. I just want to make sure that the quarterback's not offended.
He doesn't need to be screaming that he was right, though.
But that's what Stephen A. Smith does, and that's why people, for some odd reason, love him.
That is a good look. I'm not.
Anyway,
I think
I feel like he does need to scream that.
But he was screaming that he said it right when he should just say, you know what? You're right. But I didn't say it how it's pronounced.
I think you were right though. Like he was right. It was like
he was trying
to
blurring that line between you're and
right
or and
As somebody that's done radio for a long time, I will tell you that that's usually my approach whenever I come across something that I don't know.
You just fudge it and right between. And
I slur it.
Yeah.
But you would do.
Well, I mean, with as much double too hard, you're definitely getting that.
Or I will.
You will do your due diligence and spell it. You'd ask up front and spell phonetically.
Well, I'll do that if it's an interview, yes. Yeah. But if it's a situation where I have to reference somebody's name and I can't find anything on the Webernet, I will just go ahead and say either I'll fudge it like slur, or I will say, well, I probably got this wrong, but here we go.
Okay.
Ingratiating.
Kiram, though. That's
Karam.
So Karam.
I'm still going to call it Kiram, so she's going to have to deal.
Shall we play a game?
All right, the greatest albums of all time, according to
light you the fuck
Consequence.
Are you sure? Because I kind of wanted to do more of those.
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Oh, son of a bitch.
But I do have some.
I was having fun with those.
I do have some Name That tunes, though. So if that works out,
let's do that. Let's do it.
All right. So from Consequence of Sound magazine, online magazine, I don't know if they actually do print anymore. But they compiled their top 100 albums of all time. Does anybody want to guess just a few albums that might be on there? I've written some down on this list, but anybody want to throw a dart out there and see if you can figure out what's in the top
Sarah
100?
Try not to sneeze.
I was burping.
Oh, you were burping?
Yeah, but I didn't want to do it right into the microphone.
Yeah, go for it.
Just
join
the
club.
No, that's disgusting.
That would have been good on episode 16.
Be one of the boys. Boys.
No.
All right, what do you got?
So,
name
100, top
100, top 100.
Consequence of Sound. Name any album that you think might appear on that.
Yeah.
Did I recap that correctly?
This is best albums of all time?
According to Consequence of Sound.
Dark Side of the Moon's got to be on there somewhere.
Of course.
Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, number 29.
What's an album by, what's that guy?
I would also say The Wall has to be on there.
Okay. Was not.
That is unfortunate.
Was not on that.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Rain.
Purple Rain.
Prince, Purple Rain. I could see that being on there.
It was in the top 10. Nice. It was in the top 10.
Nirvana, Nevermind.
Nirvana, also in the top 10.
Wow.
Not for Nevermind, though?
Actually was Nevermind. We're going to do the top 10 Name That Tune, which is why I didn't tell you what number that those came in, just in the fact that they're in top 10.
Let's go a little bit in a different direction.
Okay.
Let's say NWA.
NWA, Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Number 96.
There we go.
What was the group again that created the list?
Consequence of Sound.
What is Consequence of Sound? I'm not familiar with it.
It's kind of like Rolling Stone. It's like an alternative Rolling Stone magazine. Okay. Yeah. All right. But it's just primarily
know so many albums. This should be a lot easier. We should be like rattling off.
Well,
like
I was trying.
I'll give you a couple more, and then we'll start doing.
I was trying to think if Hotel California would be on there.
Hotel California was not on there.
And see, that's the thing is that's where I feel like they were fucking wrong.
Okay.
Because Hotel California definitely. You said 100.
Top 100.
It definitely should have been in the top 100.
And
in my opinion,
I'm gonna back you up on that.
Is there a Led Zeppelin in there? I'm sure there's a Led Zeppelin.
There's got to be in
there.
That was the one
I would say the fourth album
that was on there
should be in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that I don't know what's on
and
that
probably
album.
Dazed and Confused.
I think that was there too. But here's where I side with you is that it's kind of a little bit of fuckery. Number 20, album number 20.
Okay.
Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. Now,
Isn't there just like one song?
And what song is that?
Running Up That Hill.
That's the song, exactly. Because
Running Up That Hill because
of Stranger Things.
It's been loved by Stranger Things
exactly.
fans.
And that's kind of why I think this is a little bit of a bullshit list.
Because what else is on that album?
Well, nothing.
That's it. It's just that song.
Right. But
And
they
it's
tried to
number
flower
20?
they tried to flower the whole
Because I would
album.
love to know what 21 through 100 is.
Well, I'll give you some of those. Number 27, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh my God. You're going to put Kate Bush
Ahead of Michael
ahead
Jackson.
Thriller. Yeah.
Thriller?
Yeah, that's
Quincy
pretty sad.
Jones is a producer. Are you fucking kidding me?
Number
Hard pass.
Did the
something
Beastie
with the Beetle
Boys make a list?
Yeah, the Beastie
That's
Boys,
what I
the
was going
Beatles.
to tell you. Yep. Number 69, Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique.
That's the best. Oh, come on.
Dr. Dre.
I know, but I'm still gonna go with License to Ill every
He goes,
fucking
I
time.
know, and I know, and I know, and I know. It was
It's
there.
License to Ill every
And I
fucking
know.
time for me. Every fucking time.
He's got to get that brass monkey.
So the Beatles' White Album.
That funky monkey.
The Beatles' White Album was on there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't write that down, but the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper also showed up.
That's fair too.
It should be below number 20.
It was, but it was not in the top 10.
So it's somewhere
It was
between
number
10 and 20.
Number 14.
Wow, I have to wonder, what is their measuring stick?
That's the thing I don't understand here either.
I don't understand. I feel like there's a couple of other artists we should be throwing out that we don't want to miss.
Was there any other surprises that you were like, that does not belong in there?
What's his name? Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce
Is he on that
Springsteen.
list?
Springsteen would have to make a list at least once, I would have
For these people, probably.
Bruce Springsteen is on the list at number 16 with the album Born to Run.
Born to Run, okay.
And not that I'm a huge fan.
No, but I figured now that I know who the list maker is.
It makes sense.
Right.
Sure.
Okay,
so we hit Michael Jackson.
AC/DC. Did AC/DC make any Back in Black?
Back in Black, number 42.
Okay.
I'm surprised that's under 50.
Here's where I know I'm going to disagree with the list. I bet you not one Maiden album made that list.
I like Iron Maiden a lot, but I would not put them on a top.
Metallica.
Don't
Is
even start.
Metallica's the Black album?
Beast is fucking awesome.
Metallica did make it, but
Black album?
it was not the Black album.
It should have been Master
Really?
Puppets.
It's Master
Master Puppets.
Yeah, easily.
But you know what that's
So he's
related
back on
to?
board.
You know what that's related to again?
Back in Black?
Stranger Things.
Oh.
You think so? You think so?
You didn't
This
see
list sucks ass!
You didn't see the episode because you don't watch the show,
I
but you
care
should
not for Stranger
know.
Things.
Did you
I
watch
did not
the new
see.
season?
I haven't seen the last 2 episodes or last 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay, then you're missing it.
Because my Netflix got cut off before I could get
I
to
will
it.
help you out. I will help you
We'll
out.
help you out there.
No,
too.
Yeah, we
we're
can help
fine.
you
We're
out.
All right.
No.
No.
You have to see the scene.
Oh my
It's pretty
God.
epic.
So
I mean, I'm not a big Metallica fan, but it's pretty epic.
here's ones that I drew out of the hat because I thought they were pretty important. Number 96, NWA, Straight Outta Compton.
I said it.
Number 95, System of a Down, Toxicity.
Wow.
Oh wow, that surprises me.
Wait, what number?
95.
Okay.
Number 90, Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
That's
You wanna
fitting.
know.
That's fitting. That's fitting.
I think it's a big
it's a
enough
good
album.
It's a good album.
It was a huge
it was a
album
good
for the girls that I rode around in the car with in 96 or 94 or whatever year that was. I hated it.
Oh really?
I fucking hate. I thought it was
See,
so.
I thought it was
meh.
a good album, and also it was one of those albums that I felt like kind of altered the path of music.
Course of music,
Okay.
yeah.
And so that's why I think it's deserving.
I never
even,
listened-
even if you didn't dig the album.
I didn't dig it, but maybe I need to revisit.
Number
Okay.
85, Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Number 71, U2's Joshua Tree.
Oh, I forgot
yeah,
you too.
yeah.
But they're always on a
Yeah,
list.
see, well,
See,
and
like those are the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, go ahead.
U2 is one of those bands that I will acknowledge they have talent. They're good. And at the same time, I can't get into their fucking music no matter how hard I try.
Don't care.
I just can't get into it.
Number 69, Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique. We already said that. Number 53, Dr. Dre, 2001. Number 49, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Appetite.
42, Back in Black from AC/DC. 34, Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang.
Nice.
And just below that, number 33, Rage Against the Machine's self-titled album.
Oh, that one definitely. Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
That deserves to be.
I was at that show, man. You were at the same show. We're at the same show.
Awesome show.
That's
the same
funny.
show. 93.
Cheers. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon at 29. 27, Jackson's Thriller. 20, Kate Bush. 16, Bruce Springsteen. 14, the Beatles. Now, we're getting into the top 10.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had other stuff too.
We haven't mentioned any top 10s yet, have we? Him or I?
There are 2 top 10s mentioned.
Okay.
I cannot
Really?
tell you what they are, but one of them is number 10.
Oh, okay. He did mention that one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Nirvana, never mind.
Good job.
Do you still remember the first time you saw this video? The music video for Smells Like Teen Spirit?
I do.
Do you remember where you were when you saw Smells Like Teen Spirit?
I was at home
for the first time. But
Yes.
but I mean, do you remember it?
Whoops. Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
it being like, what
is
the
this?
fuck is this?
I remember that, but I also remember Weird Al's "Smells Like Nirvana" for the first time.
Great fucking album.
Okay, but
Great.
impact-wise,
I do remember. I remember watching the video and going, "Wow, this is fucking awesome!" You know, the music, and this is a guy, as you know, who loves fucking hair metal, and as we all know, grunge killed hair metal.
But and hair metal was at its like
it was kind of
it was on the end.
It was
right. It was coming
going
to
down.
the end, and this was just like a whole new sound, and it just blew
everybody
everything away.
Yep.
Now I'm not gonna say that the grunge vibe. See, we should just do a whole fucking episode of this because we could just go on and on. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that the grunge vibe doesn't still exist and it doesn't still have influence. But it was so fucking short lived. Yes? No?
Yes, it was short lived.
Sorry, what was short lived again?
The grunge
vibe.
vibe.
I mean, would you say it was what? 4 or 5 years?
4 or 5 years. I think that's pretty generous.
And then finally, it was a little bit corporatized after a while.
So what brought that
it was
down?
hard not
was
to
it
make
that?
it.
Was it the corporatized?
I think so. When
I
they
think
figured
so
out
because those bands didn't want any of that.
Yeah, when they figured out how to make songs that sound like what, Nirvana was, what Pearl Jam was, what Soundgarden was, basically the Seattle sound.
Right.
They
How to
figured
market
that
it.
out, they harnessed it, and they
We
said,
ended up
we're
with
going to make a
goddamn
lot of
Candlebox, for Christ's sake, from Madonna. Like, get out of here.
Crash
what are
Test
you
Dummies.
doing? Ugh. The Counting Crows.
All right,
all
number
of that.
9.
Anyway, go ahead. Good
Number
stuff.
9.
Good stuff.
Anybody guess this one? Just go ahead and shout it out.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
Marvin Gaye.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You both are correct.
No, really, I was just asking. What's going on? Now we're gonna hear J-Lo sing. Go.
There's too many
Of us.
That's all
dying.
I remember.
I think it's dying.
Brother.
We're all off tune. That's great. Oh, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well deserved. That's well
I think so,
deserved.
too. Did I fade this one out, or did I just kill it?
Faded out, and
fade it out.
he is one of those people that much like Phil Hartman, somebody that was just taken away from us way too early and in the wrong way. Not that there's a good way or a right way to go, but that was the wrong way to go. You know the story, right?
I know the story. I've
Okay.
only heard the story, but I don't know I've only heard the headline.
Go ahead.
I don't know the depth
was
of
it was
the
his
story to be
father. It was
truthful.
his father that killed him.
Yeah.
And Phil Hartman was taken
His
by
wife.
his wife.
by his wife. Yeah, it was
Who was
just
also
this
having
thing-
some cuckoo moments.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
she's cuckoo for Cocoa
But
Puffs.
it's just one of those things where every time I look back, I was like, man, what else could he have done? Kurt Cobain, I'll say the same thing.
I know, right? Troubled.
But that was him.
Yeah, self-inflicted.
Not to say that makes it any better or anything like that.
That is amazing to me, thinking about that. Like, I remember where I was when I saw the first video, and I remember where I was when I heard that he had, as Kurt Loder had put it, a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
Yes.
And he kept saying it over and over again.
It's just that all three of those people, like as we're talking about it, is like they had so much more to offer, and it was just so sad that they all left.
Do you? I can't say anything for Marvin Gaye, but
I'm going to already say yes because I think I know where you're going. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Yeah, the question is If Nirvana were to have continued on, do you think that Kurt Cobain would have faded away?
I think he would have faded, but I also think he probably would have transformed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, everybody does transform in their own way. We did. The show did.
I feel like I'm not 100% sure that he knows how to transform.
I think he would have.
You think so?
I think so.
More than meets the eye.
There was a lot to him beyond what we saw.
I think he had his relationship that made it so impactful. Like, she was such a strong personality in his life that I don't know if he could have transformed. It feels a little, because he had other things going on, right? It wasn't just the band.
It wasn't just the band.
He had a wife. He had a kid. There was like all these other factors in his life where I look at someone like Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Case in point, though, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the entire group, each one of them has become something different and something better than they were when they started.
Thank you, and I agree.
Moving on to number 8.
8.
Anybody want to shout this one out?
Oh my God, it's Radiohead.
Album?
Karma Police.
Yeah, it's got to be it.
Yeah, there you go.
I had a very strong Brit rock phase.
I still love this album.
I'm going to go ahead and be the voice of dissent here.
Go for it.
That's what you're there for.
Freaking can't hate that band.
You can't hate them?
I can't hate them. I can't
Drew,
hate them.
shut his mic off.
I won't hate them. I just don't get it. It's one of those bands that every time, and I know they get lots of credit, and don't get me wrong, there's a couple of songs here and there that I dig by them, but I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Why do you guys like them so much?
Well, it's the same reason that I have the question of why do people like hair metal? I don't.
Well, that's fine.
I went to go see him and it was fun as hell.
Yeah,
anyway.
but here's the deal.
You saw who?
But here's the deal.
Huh?
Who did you see?
We saw Poison.
Oh,
and
Def
Leppard and Motley Crue and Joan Jett.
Here's the deal.
I thought you were saying you saw Radiohead. I was like, excuse me?
But if I saw Radiohead,
you'd be
I
bragging.
would tell both of you.
You'd be bragging to me.
And ask if you want to go see
Where that
it.
argument falls apart is I actually understand why you don't like hair metal.
It's not my favorite album.
Are you sure?
I do.
It's not my favorite album.
It's commercial. It's there's a lot of, I mean, it's trite. There's not a lot to it. That's fine. That makes sense.
It's a lot of guys being
Radiohead to me, like every time I hear it.
Which album are you listening to that makes you so angry?
It's not, and that's the worst of it is I'm not angry. I'm just like,
old man yells at cloud.
Why do you like it so much?
Okay, computer.
See, and I can tell you why I like hair metal.
Yeah. But I think
explain to me why you like Radiohead.
I think Radiohead falls in line with the Beatles. There's a lot of layering. There's a lot of
so much layering.
Heard that.
There's a lot of,
and it's poorly done. In my
if you want
perspective.
Poorly done Beatlesque, check Oasis.
Oh,
okay.
I do not need to say any more.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Pop garbage.
Yeah,
I would give you no. Radiohead is like an evolved sound. And I'll be honest with you. OK Computer is not my favorite. And when I started listening to them, I always go backwards in their catalog because once I start, when I find an artist, I kind of want to explore what else they have to offer rather than just their current album. So I go backwards. So The Bends was my favorite album. If you get a chance to explore The Bends, do The Bends.
Yeah. That's a good album.
So Pablo Honey is where I got to know him. Obviously, that was off of the Creep.
Yeah.
I liked that song, still like that song, and I know Radiohead fans hate that song.
Because it's played too much.
It was overplayed.
And that's my problem right there.
What?
You hate the song because it got them money. That makes and that's my thing with hair metal.
That has nothing to do with it.
Hair metal is fucking awesome because it's like, yeah, that made us money, and we're going to go ahead and play that over and over.
That's like Flea saying he wants to cut his fingers off every time he has to play Give It Away because he's so fucking tired of playing Give It Away.
But that's just, it's not anything that made them money. If that was the case, then we would hate every song that's ever existed because it was on the radio. The case that people don't like it because it's been overplayed is because they've heard it too much. Listen to something else. And they do have a wide assortment of other listenable songs. But the ones that were commercially successful were just played way too many times that people got sick of hearing it. I think that's what they mean when they say it was overplayed.
And I think these picks of albums are like when they believe that their artistic efforts have peaked.
Okay. So
I think that's what this is a pick of, is their artistic effort peak albums. Because if not, you would see other albums like but you're only seeing the most popular ones because those are what they pick as the peak. Sorry, go ahead.
The only other thing I will say from a personal perspective is, as Tony knows, and I am more than happy to express each and every time.
You express a lot. I have to clean up after that.
I like a song with a good hook.
Yeah.
And Radiohead obviously does not rely on hooks.
Nope.
No, that is true.
They do kind of meander.
That's part of the charm in my book.
And that's not it for me.
Number 7. God damn, we're only into number 7 out of 10.
Keep going.
Yep, here we go.
Oh, yes, Kendrick Lamar.
Hey! What, do you know the name of the album?
No. I don't know the album.
Okay, well, you got Kendrick Lamar.
I know the song.
To Pimp a Butterfly is the name of the album.
This is I Love My Friends. Yeah, it's...
Song's called I.
Okay.
Lowercase. But...
if you're in the car driving, just put on Kendrick Lamar. Just really loud. Just put on Kendrick Lamar.
I got that feeling too when I was listening to these songs. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely travel music.
Have you listened to Kendrick? Have you listened to any of his other songs?
Not anything. To be honest, nothing before I got up on this list. So this is the first time I'd actually heard of him.
So he is from Compton. He is strongly influenced, of course, by Dre.
Yeah.
Because he's from that same community.
He's got a lot of that group
very raw.
Showing up on his record too. Thundercat plays bass on that album too.
Hey, we saw him not that long ago.
Did. All right, that was number 7. He reached number 1 on the Billboard 200. It's pretty good. Okay, this one coming in at number 6.
Wow, the Beach Boys.
And you know the name of the album?
Pet Sounds.
Pet Sounds. You're both correct.
Pest Sounds?
Pest Sounds.
Pest Control?
I said it. I said it correctly.
I know you did.
You said Poop Sounds.
So this is the band that I go, why? Every time I go.
I can't even understand that.
The funny thing about...
But here's the deal. I'll say the same thing about them
I
that I would say
that ABBA
about
is somewhere
the
in this top
Beatles
10.
is they did have a major influence on where the direction of music went.
Okay. Pop music in particular?
That album in particular, actually.
Right.
That album.
And that
is
album, the Beatles and the Beach Boys went back and forth. And Pet Sounds, if it wasn't for Pet Sounds, you wouldn't have Sgt. Pepper. Because Sgt. Pepper was directly influenced by Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yet, Pet Sounds usually ends up at a number 2 spot, whereas Sgt. Pepper ends up at a number 1.
Really only makes sense because the Beatles just improved on it. So
yeah. I thought this would be...
Amps. It's like 19... Lance. Hey, I just put in some new equipment at the recording studio.
I thought this was funny from Portlandia.
Bring your beer. So I put the whole studio down here. This one's great. They use this kind on Pet Sounds. You know Pet Sounds.
It's got a whole studio with like, all these things from Pet Sounds.
1962. Same kind they use on Pet Sounds. You hear that snap? Hear that clap?
Is that on Pet Sounds?
I've got all the top quality stuff.
All the top quality.
I just need the top quality people. I just got to attract that one important artist, but it hasn't happened yet. It's a matter of getting people up there, you know what I mean? Effects, mics. I had this lamp brought in from Detroit. Got this from a studio in London, $4. I used to use these for some of the drum mics on Pet Sounds, and a lot of Beatles type stuff.
No, down the dream.
Oh my God.
I built this echo chamber. These are the original keys used on Pet Sounds.
I was like, this sounds like keys. Why would you need the original keys?
The original keys from Pet Sounds.
Can't just be any keys.
No.
It's got to be keys from Pet Sounds. Right, yeah. It's got to be a lamp from Detroit. Jesus.
Coming in at number 5.
That kind of sounds Zeppelin-y.
It's got some Zeppelin in it, but not.
Joni Mitchell.
Yes, you are correct. I'll give you credit for that. Do you know the name of the album?
Some about a parking lot or some shit. I don't know.
Blue. Blue is the name of the album.
I don't know. I am not about this vibe. Sorry. but
Yeah, we can move on anytime you're ready.
Well, something
it's
interesting.
actually crushing my soul.
I actually do like Joni Mitchell from time to time, but I like people that redo her songs.
So if you
like them on edibles?
Well, here's the deal. Here's like the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to get shit
They had
from
to balance out the top 10. I get
No,
this.
I'm going to get shit from
no
people
one
about
listens to this show anyway.
All right,
Just go ahead.
point taken. I absolutely love Beatles songs, but I love Beatles songs when they're redone by other people.
Oh.
Like I very often come across a song and I'm like, man, that's a great song, and then I find out it was written
originally
by McCartney and Lennon.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, oh fuck, I had no idea, but it was a great song nonetheless.
So
Joni Mitchell, same thing. I find out I love her songs.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, definitely somebody
Bob Dylan,
where I very often
he was on that
like
list too, but way high.
I like it when people redo his songs. I'm just not big on his.
Appropriate. Good.
So did he make it?
Bob Dylan, he was on the top 100.
He made it to 100.
I don't remember what
and
one it was, but something interesting though. There was there's a guy on YouTube. His name is Rick Beato. He does interviews with top artists, historically top artists. Well, he did an interview with the singer from Tool, Maynard Keenan.
Yeah.
Keenan Ivory Wayans. And he said his biggest influence was Joni Mitchell. And if you listen to the way that she sings, you can kind of hear the way that he meanders as well. Let me just bring that back up a little. God
hey, that
damn
makes
it.
sense why I don't like Tool.
Like even that right there,
and
that little moment there.
I can absolutely guarantee you that she was an influence not only on him, but also on
Tori Amos,
Perry Farrell.
Oh, Perry Farrell.
I can also guarantee you that what was the other one that was coming to mind? Not the Goo Goo Dolls. Jesus Christ!
Wow, yikes!
Yeah, I know. I went way left field on that one.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam. You can hear Pearl Jam in that little bit that you played.
Yeah, I can hear
That's
that.
a lot of Pearl Jam.
I hate Pearl Jam.
I love 10 though.
Oh,
that's a great album.
I do love 10. It's a good journey.
That was also in the top 100.
It's a good journey from beginning to end if you play it from beginning to end.
Was there any other hair metal bands that made the top 100?
I think he read.
Okay.
He plucked them. He plucked them out.
That's fine. That's fine.
We got this one at number 4.
Yeah, The Clash.
And what's the name of the album?
That's
correct.
I'm sorry. What the hot fuck?
I'm down with this stick. This is
It's the song, though. That's
one song.
But the entire album?
No, this
what else
album's
is on
good.
the album?
I haven't heard the rest of the album, so I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out of this discussion.
I'll have to listen to the rest of the album because I'm like.
All right.
I also will say though that this goes back to the idea that you're not just lost in a supermarket, rodeo, Rudy. Yeah, that's a weird ass song.
I love it.
Is that what's on the
Spanish
album?
Bombs,
Spanish Caravan.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else you would
I'm looking
know.
it up.
That's about all you would know.
What was it? Well,
and you probably don't know Spanish Bombs or Lost in a Supermarket.
This is true.
I know that song.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Although,
sorry, my bad.
Although, if it was me personally, it would be Combat Rock that I would give it to.
I'd have to listen to the whole album because I just that's the only song I
Combat
know.
Rock that I'm thinking of.
Is it? Only you can answer that question.
Yeah,
I know Rudy Can't Fail.
Good for him.
I know Lost in the Supermarket, and that is about it off of that album, my friend. And there are a lot of Train in Vain.
While you're
Train in
doing
Vain.
that. Okay,
you know that song.
Yeah, that's a great tune.
Okay.
So the
there's a
album
handful.
Which originally they wanted to call what? Do you have any idea?
Bitch, you know I don't know.
Probably, obviously, something from episode 69.
They originally wanted to call it Stand By Me, but that was already a name of Benny King's song, so they didn't do it.
Well, that's number 4. Coming in at number 3.
There are like 18 songs on that album, by the way.
Wow. All right, the Beatles.
And if there's only 4 that I know, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually not so bad.
Yeah, it is Combat Rock that I'm thinking of.
Gotcha.
So, which album? Is this the White Album?
The White Album, no, but that was...
That's not the White Album?
That was part of the top 100.
Is this Rubber or whatever?
No, not Rubber Soul.
This isn't Sgt. Pepper.
This is later in their catalog, almost to the end of the catalog.
Oh my God. I only know the White
It's the one that they're walking
Is it
across.
Abbey Road.
Abbey
Okay,
Road.
all right.
Congratulations.
Thank
okay.
you.
Number
we're
2.
terrible at this. We love our Beatles, really. I was going to say Fleetwood Mac must be on this list.
Yep, that makes sense.
Rumors?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, I saw Stevie Nicks earlier this week.
Oh.
74 years
She's still
old,
kicking
and
it.
she still kicks
That's
ass.
awesome.
Was Harrison Ford up there with him?
He was
Taking falls.
playing the tambourine. Yeah.
With his ear pierced.
Yeah, but seriously, she was still up there doing the things.
Did she do her snake dance?
She did.
All right.
She did a special dance.
Oh, really?
It was
Yeah.
really something.
Okay.
And then she did her whole twirl with the cape. Right?
Nice.
Did she do Elaine's dance?
It was so close, dude.
All right.
It was like this weird seizure-y thing. I can't
All
even.
right, what number are we at?
We're all right.
6, 5,
Here's
4.
the number one, according to Consequence
was
of
number
Sound.
2?
That was number 2. Rumors.
What else is on that album? I know we're out of time.
You should have just kept this at the beginning.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
I
Tone.
know.
Go ahead.
I like to put the good stuff at the end.
Yeah, but you know we're going to go into this.
We
like,
always just like,
anything music related, we're going to
It's just
dive
gonna-
into.
yeah.
we just can't help ourselves.
And the number one album, according to Consequence of Sound, their top 100.
Okay.
This one's pretty much going to get us, I think this one's going to get us banned from a bunch of countries because of the artist.
Wait, should we guess?
What? No, it's too late.
Okay, never mind.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is.
Go
I
ahead.
felt like it was the Beatles based on what little I could hear out of my left ear.
Okay, so we got the Beatles.
Don't have anything in your left ear.
It sounded like John Lennon, actually, I should say.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh,
Go
It sounded
ahead.
like it sounded like Imagine, but I wasn't positive.
No,
That's a good
there's
guess.
no way.
That's a really
There's
good
no
guess.
way it's Imagine.
What would you think, Sarah?
God.
That was just out of my left ear again. I just heard a little bit.
Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. Go ahead.
Oh, great fucking song.
I know though, right?
It's a great song. I don't know about the album, though.
No, but go ahead.
Actually, it's a good album, though. I wouldn't put it in the top 100, but it's a good album.
Number one.
Maybe I just want to hear it.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody mentioned that earlier.
Good
yeah.
job. Nice job.
We both were like Prince, right?
Yeah,
Prince.
nice
There you
job.
go. Let's just sit in this for just a second. This one goes out to the Washington Huskies.
Couldn't get it back.
No, you can't. You can never get it back. Once you go back, you can't go back.
The purple rain.
Purple rain, purple rain. There you go. That is the number one album, Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain.
I wasn't
from
done. but
Consequence
okay. Yeah.
of
It
Sound.
is one of those albums that I will say that I never appreciated fully when it was out, and I didn't get to until later in life. But
Well, I'm glad you appreciated it.
I'm glad I did too.
And now you're going to go back and appreciate Radiohead.
Not only do I appreciate it, but I absolutely love that fucking album.
It's amazing.
It's a good album. All right. I promised earlier we had an unboxing.
Oh,
We're gonna-
fuck, I
We're
forgot
going to
about
do it
that.
real quick.
With his little baby knife here.
He's
While
got,
the theme
he's
is
got a
going.
baby knife going on.
He's unboxing.
Can I have
Ladies and
those?
gentlemen.
Can I have those? I want those though.
Ladies and
I want
gentlemen.
those.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I want
Okay.
those.
You can do.
I want those. No, not that.
Fuck you.
I want those.
What do you
Yes,
want?
I
Give
want
those
that.
to you later.
No, give them to me now. I want to finish it out with that.
Right
Go.
meow. I don't want.
No, you don't
Oh,
want it
I
now.
was ripping. Right meow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Direct from Vistaprint. We have There Is a Better Podcast.
Oh, there
mugs,
it is. There
ladies
it
and
is.
gentlemen.
There it is.
And you get to have one, and we will tell you how to get one later on, but just wanted to put that out there. Sarah's
I'm modeling the mug.
And they look
Modeling
good.
mud.
They look good.
They do look really good.
On
Well,
one side is our logo, the mic, and then the other side is the logo with There Is a Better Podcast.
Yeah.
And now D-Lo.
That's
Pop,
all I
pop.
wanted to do.
Pop, pop, bang,
do you want some more?
Yes.
Bang, bang.
I have a feeling that these are pre-COVID filled. Have some more. These are all the packing materials that he's popping. Thanks again, and god damn, this is a really long episode. Thanks for sticking around.
We only want to see you in the Purple Rain.
That
We
was
will tell
fun.
you exactly how to get these mugs. We're gonna keep one for
Someday.
ourselves. You're gonna have one as well.
Our
And,
mugs are not in the mugs.
Thanks God for that.
If you find us on Instagram, you can go to There Is a Better #1. On Twitter, There's a Better Podcast. Email us at thereisabetterpodcast@gmail.com. You are.
Sarah.
You are.
D-Lo.
And I am. Thank you so much for sticking around today. And whether you like us, love us, or hate us, always remember,
there is a better podcast.
We'll see you next time.